Hey, how you doing? Kevin Lumpkin here. Back again. Finished part 2 of Enthusiasm and Thinking. Again, before I went to break, just uploaded the video, and it was about enthusiasm. And it was, enthusiasm is the mother of effort, and without it, nothing great has ever been achieved. I just wanted to read the quick story. Now, I know you heard me say that quote in the first video, and that's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. That's where the quote comes from. Just so you didn't, if you didn't know. And what possesses some people to make heroic efforts and accomplish what no one thought possible? How do they get the strength and stamina to perform such valiant deeds? The spark, enthusiasm. I'm going to tell you a little story. Harriet Tubman was born a slave in Maryland in 1820. She worked as a house servant as a child in the fields when she reached her 10 years. Even though Harriet Tubman was a slave, she knew deep inside that she was destined to do great things. She escaped her plantation and ran away in the North in 1849. And it was then that her destiny started to be revealed. Harriet Tubman. She did not stay in safety of the North region of the United States. She could have easily stayed there. She could have said, I made it out. I'm free. Instead, she risked her life and returned to the South over and over again to help slaves escape. She was an integral part of the Underground Railroad, which was a series of safe houses where slaves could stay on the journey to freedom. Her enthusiasm for the anti-slavery movement gave her the power to succeed in extremely dangerous situations. Among hundreds of other slaves, she helped 70-year-old parents escape and was even a spy for the North during the Civil War. Harriet Tubman had an intense belief in freedom, and that sparked in her efforts to achieve the impossible. Her enthusiasm helped her to become a stunning success. Do you want to accomplish great things in your life? Then find out what you believe in, what excites you, and what sparks interest in you. Intense interest in you too. That is where you will cultivate enthusiasm and have the opportunity to achieve success. You'll sit back. So you can have the opportunity to achieve success. What you don't see in front of me is certifications and degrees that I have on this wall in front of me right here. Just like you see these right here. Those right there were given and earned. I earned it by changing my thought process and finding what interests me and changed me to earn these. But I didn't stop here. There's some here that I recently just got. Because I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do. I know how I want to achieve it and how I want to get there. Do you? Do you know what it takes and what you need to do to achieve your biggest goal in your life? Nobody dreams little. I have never met anybody in my life that dreams little. I've never heard anybody in my life say, oh, I just want to, live in a shack and I don't want anything. I don't want any clothes. I don't want money. I don't want food. I've never heard anybody say that. So if you're saying that to yourself, you're sitting there again. We talked about this earlier. You're sitting there at that job and you're saying, I don't want this. It's a door right there. If that's the door to your job and you saying this job is not for me, you might not be in a position to walk out that door. You might not be there. But you know what you are in a position to do? You are in a position that when you're not sitting at that desk, when you're not driving around in that car, when you're not doing that job, to look for better and do better. If you want better for you, who better to go get it than you? Don't worry about what your best friend doing. Don't worry about people. I learned a little while ago that things don't change in people's lives unless they change. I know that. You can think about how many times you don't talk to your best friend. Let's say it's 6-7 months. What you call? Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? What's good? What you doing? Nothing. What you been up to? Nothing. 6 months went by, you ain't did nothing different. I told you earlier, ingredients are nothing without the recipe. The recipe, the plan. Every business has a plan. The investors have sat down and came up with a plan of how they're going to drive revenue into this business. And the ingredients are the managers, the employees, the customers, how you going to get the customer. All these are the ingredients. If one of those ingredients are off, the plan does not work. If I tell you to make me a cake and I give you the recipe to make me pasta, when you come back, you're not going to have my cake. You're going to have pasta. What is it about you? What is it that you want to accomplish in your life? What is it? What are your goals? Take out a sheet of paper and write them down. Put them on a mirror. Remember them. Tell them to yourself every day. So every day you know when you wake up what you're moving forward to, what you're accomplishing. Don't just wake up blindly and get every day. I told you earlier, the idea is not just going to walk through the door and slap you and there's the idea. Bam, I gave you $1 million idea. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, oh man, here's an idea right at my doorstep. Even if that's true, you went to sleep, you had a dream, there's an idea. Even if that's true, if you do not move forward or produce anything about that idea, if you do not put the work in, your idea is dirt. Because eventually you're going to die. And that's where your idea is going to go. Right there in the dirt with you. 6 feet deep. Eventually. There's I can't remember his name, but he's on YouTube a lot. And he said, the richest place in the world is the grave. Because that's what some of the best ideas. That's where they at. Right in the dirt. Right in the ground. Do you want your ideas to die with you? Or do you want people to be continuously using your ideas? This idea ain't in the dirt. We're using it every day. The bottom of this link, I always tell y'all that I have a link for you to click on, you to go to. urbanfashionshop.com. It'll be at the bottom. breastcancervictories.com. It'll be at the bottom. Facebook link. Like us on Facebook. Twitter, Instagram, shop at Urban Fashion Shop. Twitter, Urban Fashion Shop. What are your ideas, people? Please comment at the bottom. I love to talk. So if you want to conversate, please comment at the bottom. I'll comment back to you about ideas. I'm not about talking about people. I don't want you to come on and be like, oh man, what you think about this person? I don't care about that person. What I care about is progressing and getting better and achieving a life dream of success. I have my way to do it. This is my way. This is my wall of success right here. This is what I do. That's, back there was my previous wall of success. You got ideas? We can share them. Email me. urbanfashionshop16@gmail.com. We can talk. Hope at breastcancervictories.com. Faith at breastcancervictories.com. Come back with an idea. We can come to a table of innovators and innovate things that change the world. We can. We all got it in us. Will you? Or is where you at in your life? Is that okay? Is that okay with you? That's what you gotta ask yourself, no matter what age you at. Ask yourself this one question. It's 9 minutes and 30 seconds in this video. I'm on a 10-minute video. I want you to ask yourself one question and one question only. And if you answer this question honestly with yourself, then you should just tell you exactly where you at. If where I'm at right now I stayed at for the next 30 years, would I be happy? Let that sink in for me. If where I'm at right now at this given point, if I did it for the next 30 years of my life, would I be happy? urbanfashionshop.com. It's Kevin Lumpkin. Y'all have a nice night.